Hi guys, so I'm going to read The Kingdom number 2. So this was published in February of 1999. So The Kingdom by Mark Waid, Mike Zeck, John Beatty.
Where, moments ago, a blast of incalculable power swept across Kansas, as well as parts of Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Casualties currently number in the tens of thousands, with further tallies escalating by the minute. Early reports indicate that the hero Captain Atom was present at the scene, battling the as-yet unidentified figure who sparked this tragedy. Though the identity of that assailant has yet to be confirmed, this reporter is amazed, and frankly, frightened, to report that the satellite photos which reveal this 100-mile path and pattern of the Kansas blast leave very little to the imagination.
Mighty Rivers. Mark Waid, writer. Mike Zeck, pencils. John Beatty, inks. Phil Felix, letters. John Kalitz, colors. Digital Chameleon, separations. Tony Bedard, associate editor. Dan Raspler, editor. Based on Kingdom Come by Mark Waid and Alex Ross. Superman, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
Can't believe Hunter betrayed us like that. Don't know what he was thinking. Should have never adopted him into the Linear Men.
This is risky.
Don't worry, they can't detect our presence. Not even here in their own headquarters. I phase-shifted us between attoseconds.
Never. Leary, get me the Wave Rider of 10 years from now. We'll need his experience.
Good. You'll have to hide the truth from them, Hunter. If they learn what we know. They'll work overtime to eliminate it, provided that they can even accept it. Believe me, I'm well aware of that.
Right away, Wave Rider.
God continues his mad rampage towards the 20th century. Fortunately, our failsafe is in place, thanks to the agents I dispatched through hypertime to gather supplies. What? You gave them the power to. I lent them the power, and they no more know its true potential and significance than does Gog, who, as we have seen, wields it far more capriciously and disastrously. It was a small risk compared to the much greater one of exposing the most remarkable secret in human history.
Shh. Ma! Pa! Are you? Shh, we're okay, son. Just a few burns. Your father's resting. He was more exposed.
To what? What happened? My God! Thousands of innocent people! What caused this?
We sure don't know, Clark. It was... Good Lord. It was as if the sky itself had caught fire for a second. It like to have torn the skin off us when the shock wave hit.
For a moment, we were afraid someone had finally dropped the bomb. Clark, we're not... there was no radiation, was there?
None that my microscopic vision can detect, Ma. You're safe, but...
Clark, son, what is it?
Just over the horizon. I see something. I don't know the man in the helmet, but judging by the fact that he's torturing Captain Atom, I'd say I'm about to bring a mass murderer to justice. Wait, is that kryptonite? Where would he have gotten?
Ah, there's Satan now. You're fast. Unfortunately, I'm faster. For what I am about to do, the world will forgive me.
those few slain by my initial blaze, as well as those who are about to die. You are not one of them. Incidentally, you don't escape that easily. This time, unlike all the other times. What other? I'm not going to kill you. This time, with the help of Captain Adams' nuclear energy, I'm going to accelerate the true Kansas cataclysm. Make it happen today, 20 years ahead of schedule. In such a manner that everyone will finally realize that you are responsible for history's greatest tragedy. That's why I signed your name to it. So everyone will forever know the depths of the secret, ungodly evil you cloak beneath that facade of heroism and leadership. So that they will know you as the ultimate corrupter of biblical legend. The winged beast cast out of the heavens like a falling star, identified by its unique sigil. What I do today, I do to save mankind.
Relax. I've got you.
Got me? Who?
Go ahead. Use your JLA signal device. We can't make it any worse now. Bruce, it's Clark. Bring Diana. We have a situation.
Beep. This was not our vision. Circumstances are not progressing as we had planned.
The price you pay for selecting a frail and unstable mind to bear your message.
Do not chide us, stranger. We could have never predicted.
Could have and should have, Minister William, devoted his life to Superman. Only to become dangerously unbalanced when he'd learned he'd been worshipping the man responsible for the horrors he endured as a child. He now believes Superman is an antichrist, rather than a disabuse him of that notion. You took advantage of it. Each toward your own petty ends. You granted him power and foreknowledge, enough to hasten the destruction of Kansas, and in doing so, drove William fully into madness. Worse, your combined gift gave him unwitting access to another power beyond even yours, one that has already cost us hundreds of Supermen. You think your motives noble. I'm here to tell you that nothing could be further from fact. Even now, your agent stands ready to commit genocide, all because you allowed him to believe his cause is just. And that's what's brought us here. We're from your future. You don't say. Yes, the skeptical voice.
Don't bait them, Bruce. They have every right to be suspicious. I verified their cell structure, Batman. They're bona fide. I know you're out of your element here, but we all are. We'd hoped to avoid you three, so as to minimize our impact on history. But since it's no longer an option, there's one more thing you ought to know. We're not here simply to save the Earth, but to rescue my kidnapped baby boy.
A son? Lois and I have a son?
Then forgive my impatience, but what are we waiting for? We are warriors. Surely our combined power
isn't near enough, Princess. Gog began this time paradox by killing future Supermen 1,000 times over. Effortlessly. More than muscle. We need strategy.
Of course. Given these circumstances, what can you offer?
At this moment, not much. Perhaps we. The plan is this. We'll mount a lightning strike to assess Gog's weaknesses. Superman? I take it Captain Adam's still unconscious, but safe. Any movement from the enemy?
Only a smile. He's toying with us. I don't know where he found kryptonite, but clearly he's anxious to use it.
Tell us, what did Gog mean when he claimed Superman was responsible for history's greatest tragedy?
What he was referring to was the terrible cost paid the day I...
Gog is a madman. Leave it at that. Clark, we must act.
And do what, Diana? This looked like a job for Superman. But whatever I do, we lose. Gog has already changed the future, simply by being here. Any wrong move will almost certainly erase us and all we know from reality. But we must strike to save the people of Kansas, and our son, in the hope that he'll even still exist. Though I still can't fathom where Gog might have hidden him. Oh my God.
Gog put him inside the kryptonite!
You monster!
Well, there. You get the child. I'll free Captain Atom. Superman. I know you can hear me. Here's what you have to do. West Virginia is about 1,200 miles directly east. You're making quite the effort to stay clear of the kryptonite, Superman. Don't bother. I don't need it. Not only have I been murdering Supermen without it, but I've been taking a bit of power from each. A little trick I bled out of a Mazo 2025. Heat vision! He has heat vision!
Don't give up. Keep fighting.
No, we take Batman's lead. On my mark.
Go! This way!
Cal, I'm a nanosecond ahead of you. Coal mine is clear. Bring him in. Follow my lead. More pressure and friction. What? What are you doing? Coal mine does me no good. I need diamond. That won't hold him. I can already hear it cracking. But it bought us time for a rescue. Go, go! How is he? If Captain Adam's vital signs are stable, I suggest. I've signaled the JLA to come for him. They'll back us up once. They finish helping the victims Gog sacrificed to make his statement. I have it under control. Of course you do. You know, you really ought to learn to relax a tiny bit. You'll survive it. I did.
Oh, thank the gods. He's safe. Bruce, is he?
He seems to be all right. Clark's built up some immunity to kryptonite over the years. Maybe he passed that along to little Jonathan. In any event, he's a survivor. Just like his...
No. No! No!
For nothing. We fought. For nothing.
It's happening. Our timeline is fading. Our child is gone. And with him, everything we know of our world.
Our child? But I don't understand any of this.
It doesn't matter. Nothing does. Not anymore. We cannot be long for the world. Soon, we too will be but memories. But I swear by all that the gods will allow, we will not go quietly from this good earth. without first tasting vengeance.
Stop fooling yourselves. You protect Superman as if he were an angel? Nothing could be further from the truth. The world must know the extent of the evil it has unwittingly embraced. And if I have to write that message in your blood, I shall.
The only blood to wash this war field will be yours. You killed my son!
Given his parentage, I did him a favor. Still, I have lost my patience. I will gladly reunite you. My God! He's found you already! Hunter, where have you? This way! You can't survive this! Not alone! I've arranged help! Come with me! Hurry, hurry!
No, this is no time for retreat.
It is if you want to win, Princess. God chose this battlefield. I give you one far more advantageous.
Where are we? In a restaurant?
I have a better question. Who are they?
I see you're still wearing the armbands I gave you. That explains why you're still here.
Good. Gog's on his way. Be ready.
We stay to do our part, Hunter.
The future is ours, and we will keep it that way at all costs.
Then we found the right allies. Who are they, Superman? Meet Kid Flash, the daughter of Flash, Offspring, the son of Plastic Man, and Night Star and Ibn al-Zufash, the children of, well, let's just say of friends very familiar. Under my direction, they've been hard at work.
Great Hera, at every turn, this becomes more amazing.
And more dangerous. Hunter, I know this place. You can't seriously expect us to stage a showdown in the heart of Metropolis. Not for a moment. For the protection of the city outside, effective instantly, I'm plunging this building into hypertime.
Hypertime? What's hypertime?
The greatest secret of all creation.
Which is...
none of your business. I can, however, tell you this. We're in this place because it's... A word of advice. Next time you run like cowards, remember to close the door behind you.
Yeah? Well, we will. When we take the trash out.
Offspring, you wanted to be taken more seriously.
Yeah?
Then shut up. Hit him! Titans together!
Titans! Urchins!
Look out! His staff!
is something I've had quite enough of.
You honestly believe I might surrender it? Fool! It is an artifact of unimaginable force, housing the emerald energy of the guardians of the universe, the cosmic power of the source, and the magical might of Zeus and Shazam combined! You have no weapon to equal it. Not one.
Batman, he's wrong. Hunter gathered the four of us kids for a reason. He had us...
He had you stalking the arena, piece by impossible piece. This isn't a restaurant. It's an arsenal. Well, Some. But once again you underestimate the limits of my invulnerability. I will not be banished by a simple dimensional transporter. You accomplished nothing with your pathetic gambit, Batman. Not true. I bought us a moment.
Attack!
Do your worst. I shall not be defeated. Superman must be punished. He keeps saying that. For what, Gog? For what am I responsible? Don't worry about it. These next few seconds are critical. For the first time, we've got him on the ropes. You must be held accountable for your sins. I have a mission. I cannot squander my power. I have had enough. I see. I've broken your toys. You're finished. I am not. For what the world has endured, will endure. I will slay Superman, even if I must expend every last remnant of my life force to do so.
So shall we protect him.
If you want him, Gog.
You'll have to go through us.
Diana, no, don't.
That's it. Don't surrender.
I can't move.
Push.
I can't.
You have to, Cal. When Gog said you were responsible for a great tragedy, he was right. The Kansas cataclysm in your future. It came to pass because you went into seclusion. Because you abandoned your fight for truth and justice. No. Never. Because you turned your back on mankind in its hour of greatest need.
Never.
Because, Lois, because you weren't able to stop Lois from dying.
Never. I promise you, that will never happen. Not now, and not ever. Must get up. Up and away! Hardly the epitaph I would have chosen for you. But fitting in its way. Superman!
Look out! Gog's blast! It's bouncing back! And taking Gog with it!
So? That's not a win. Not if we lost. Superman! What happened to...
Hypertime! My God, he's breached the walls of hypertime! My wristband! It couldn't save us, son. We've already changed too much history. Our future's gone, and we will be too, if it doesn't kill us first. Good riddance to foul apostles, then. I did it. The devil's finally in his hell. I won. It cost me everything, but I won.
Take my hand! Hurry! Don't worry. We've got you. No! I've got you! This way! What the?
We're still here?
But where is here? Someplace beyond the barriers of time and space, Batman. An entryway to a realm unaccustomed to the gaze of mortal eyes. Welcome to Hypertime.
Yeah, so on this page there are like a lot of references. So there's the red and blue Superman. These are the ones I know of. Some of these I don't know, but there's Superman Red Son actually before it came out. Because that comic came out in 2001. This came out in 1999 or 8. And there was Superman versus the Martians. That was a Elseworld story, whereas the Martians from the H.G. Wells War of the Worlds story invaded Earth in 1938. If you guys want me to read that, let me know in the comments. I think that's JLA the Nail. That image is from that. This one this is Donna Troy. I don't know. That's Batman Gotham by Gaslight. I think this is the one where, like, Catwoman over here. This one's the one where Catwoman was a hero and Batman was a villain. It was like an Elseworlds one-shot. I heard that comic's not very good, but if you want me to read that too, let me know. There's ones of, like, Darkseid and the Silver Age Brainiac and the Golden Age Spectre. Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. And and Batman's son, Bruce Wayne Jr., that was in an Elseworlds. That's my favorite Elseworlds, John Byrne's Superman Batman Generations. That's my favorite one. And there's the Cowboy Justice League. That's an Elseworld story too. And the Super Sons right there. There's Hawkman and Hawkgirl. They're confusing history. And yeah, it's pretty much... the Atomic Knights are over here. And yeah, some of these I don't know, though. There's Batmite down there. And there's I think that's the Civil War Superman story. So yeah, that's the ones I know about. I don't know... Some of these I don't know. But anyway.
What is...
Hypertime. The vast interconnected web of parallel timelines which comprise all reality. I believe it is the greatest secret in all creation. Gog's masters granted him more power than they realized. In his madness, he was able to shatter Hypertime's boundaries. He thought he was omnipotent, but as he will soon learn, if he hasn't already, the possibilities of Hypertime are infinite and humble the power of any man. I spent my entire life searching for such possibilities. I had to, because, well, that's a story for another time.
But the Linear Men, they've told us over and over again that alternate timelines are a myth.
They would. The problem with the Linear Men is that they're too linear. They're vested in enforcing an inflexible view of reality, which is why I've had to hide this from them and their allies, to keep her protected until it was safe to reveal. They think orderly, cataloged continuity is preferable to a kingdom of wonder. Their sense of control will be splintered by the truth that the universe they oversee is actually part of an unpredictable multiverse, an infinite realm of parallel worlds, where reality as you know it has taken different twists and turns, where fallen allies live on, where tragedies can be turned to triumph.
I think that reference to allies being deceased, because I think when this was being published, both the Oliver Queen Green Arrow and the Hal Jordan Green Lantern were dead. The Hal Jordan Green Lantern was the Spectre, but I don't know this one of Captain Marvel Shazam. I'm not sure. I don't think he was dead when this comic was published, though. But It's magnificent. It's like anything really is possible. When you had us gathering weapons, we never dreamed we were traveling through this. How does it...
How does it work? Of the central timeline we just left, events of importance often cause divergent tributaries to branch off the main time stream. But what's astounding is that there's far more to it than that. On occasion, these tributaries return, sometimes feeding back into the central timeline, other times overlapping it briefly, before charting an entirely new course. An old friend is suddenly recalled after years of being forgotten. A scrap of history becomes misremembered, even reinvented in the common wisdom. Don't be frightened by that. Don't feel threatened. These hypertime fluxes, these carryovers from one kingdom to another, let them simply be a reminder that the lives we lead are forever part of a greater legend.
And that's Superman of Earth 2, the newer Superman's looking at.
There are hazards to hypertime, of course. The arsenal, which I'll remove, was a desperate measure. Artifacts carried into differing hyper-timelines dangerously break down the barriers between kingdoms. But you'll learn more about that in the months and years to come. So we're part of this hyper-time. No matter what just happened, and what we thought of as our past, we still exist.
But if we're still alive, then...
Then so, too, is your child. He's perfectly safe, the child of 3 uniquely archetypal parents. He is a living alchemy of imagination and wonder. Given his heritage, he was the first and only infant ever born with the power over hypertime, into which he vanished indistinctively when threatened. To arrive in your arms? Why? For a moment I thought you were the Phantom Stranger, but... Come out of the shadows. Do I know you?
Not yet, but you will someday, Mother.
Jonathan?
Our time here is ended. Our work here is done, save for one final task. We do indeed fade, not into oblivion, but into our own kingdoms, where we belong, where we'll be safe.
Where will we be able to find this place again? Explore hypertime. Navigate it if need be.
That road is hard and fraught with peril, but I promise you, your understanding of hypertime is just beginning.
And you? Will you be real and certain in our future?
Perhaps, and perhaps not. Now more than ever, you know the magic of it all. Each and every one of us. We are all stories simply wanting or waiting to be told. Just imagine.
Not even we fully knew,
All these millennia, to have been so short-sighted as to the very reality over which we claim supreme knowledge.
What now are our responsibilities? Your first responsibility is to this innocent who is the puppet of your arrogance. I command you to repair the damage you have done to this man.
How dare you speak to us like...
How dare you have so little regard for the humanity you each once knew? Redeem this man, or face a wrath that, I promise you, would stagger even his. An empty threat.
No, she has every right to address us in that manner. In the face of all we have seen today, all the courage and all the promise, perhaps it is time we learned humility anew, and reforged our bond to the human race, for the glory of its true identity has just begun.
Epilogue. For all he'd done, he deserved heaven, not prison. But now, at long last, he knows this isn't the jail he once believed it to be. Now he knows there's a door. There's a door, even if he's not going to use it. Not today, anyway. And so that's the end of that story, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. If you have any requests you want me to do, just let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you when I can do the request. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.